Hey everybody, Barry at Christenson Transportation. We're the trucker's truck, and another edition of Safety Takes Priority. And I had to do this, and I know you've seen another video, and I've got Leo's hat on he made for me. And yes, sometimes I do multiple videos in the same damn day, but that's because I get inspiration, or people call me and say, hey, what about this? What about that? And I'm like, what about that? Let's do it. So I just had a talk with a gentleman that's been here for years. And we used to butt heads. I don't care what the subject was. It was my way versus his way, and blah, 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 blah. Now, times change, and people figure out that, hey, maybe we're on the same page. We care about the same things, and safety being the common denominator. So, just got off the phone with him, and he starts talking. He goes, you know, he's a member of the driver council, so he hears from other drivers about whatever topics they want to bend his ear on. And this one was about cameras. Hey, did Christenson or Barry or whoever turn off the notifications? This thing's quit beeping at me. It's quit yelling at me, you know, for speeds or following distance or whatever, being attention, distracted drive, whatever it was yelling at him for. And I said, well, first of all, there's no way in hell I turned them off. They've saved our butts, and they've saved the careers of multiple drivers since we put these cameras in. So we're not turning them off. I said, could it be that people are adapting to what it's yelling at them for, and they've changed their driving habits? And he said, well, I hadn't thought of that, but I think I have. And I said, man, I tell you what, I feel like a proud parent with a star pupil, because that's why we get this stuff, and that's why we preach about it, and that's why we bought Samba Safety to use. And it scores you on how you drive the truck, how you accelerate, how you decelerate, how much you coast before you put your turn signal on. So it scores a lot on all this stuff that's plugged into the truck. And I've had people say, hey, I'm number 10 on the driver's score today, this week, and I want to be that's my goal. And I'm like, that's just great. Let's set some goals to be safer than everybody. Safer than we were yesterday. Safer than we were 2 weeks ago. Let's continually raise the bar. And when this driver started talking about the, cameras quit yelling, I was like, maybe the fleet, and I see it. I get what we have is key indicators that the safety department looks at. And on the camera side, we look at notifications that I get on a daily basis for following distance, for seatbelt, for stop sign, rolling stops, for distracted driving, all that stuff. And it went from me wanting to turn the cameras off in the first week to absolute minimal notifications. And even of those notifications, and we review, because it sends us a video, and we review that. I mean, the last thing I'm going to do is call a driver and say, you need to quit doing what you're doing, and I haven't even looked and see if it was real. So about 80% of the ones I get are we discard them. There is no following distance. There was no distracted driving. The guy's holding a pencil in his hand, and he thinks he's doing something. So a lot of those, believe me, a lot of even the small amount we get, we discard. And then we focus on the handful of issues. So I'm here to tell you, this program has eased my fears. When my phone rings at night, I don't immediately have this thought of, oh my God, what's happened? Because, with the input of electronic logs, there is no falsification. With the cameras, it's going to say, it's saved us. I bet 95 out of 100 times we were able to say, we didn't do this. My driver didn't do this. You hit me. I was in my lane. You came over. And it's just made all that stuff go away. So I know my insurance company likes it. I wish they'd pay for it, but whatever. I've always asked that, hey, why don't you guys fund some cameras? You know, one lawsuit that we could have avoided, and they're like, it's your money. Save it for yourself. So we saved it for ourselves and spent it, and it's done wonders. So thanks to this driver for pointing out that the noises have gone away, the beeps and alerts have gone away, to the point where people thought I'd turn the cameras off. Didn't turn the cameras off. You've gotten better. So thank you. Everybody thanks you. Keep it up. Thanks for being at Christenson. We're a trucker's truck, and safety definitely takes priority.